everyone. So what is Ragnarok? Ragnarok is an event that is always meant to happen in a cycle, an extended cycle of the universe and all the worlds. Worlds in Asatru meaning different dimensions. Ragnarok is always meant to happen. And as Midgard, this universe being at the center of all the dimensions, basically, and all dimensions kind of converging in this one place that is this universe that we live in. Not just this world that is Earth, but this universe itself with all its galaxies, with all its planets, with all its stars, and all its sentient life, and all its life in general. We are at the middle. And Ragnarok basically is the convergence of forces that surround Midgard. Midgard is this universe, like I said, but it's also a decision ground. We are more inclined to have choice than exists in most other dimensions. Usually the forces of either darkness or the forces of light dominate this or that dimension. But in this dimension, especially in this universe, there's multiple universes in this dimension, for instance, but I won't go into that. Here we have a balance between light and darkness, between that which is attracted to power and that which is attracted to harmony. And Ragnarok is basically the twilight of the gods. Ragnarok means basically the ending of all the gods and all the Jotun, all the giants. The forces of order and forces of chaos will destroy each other. Now, what happens specifically in Ragnarok? And these are all, symbolic meanings as well as literal meanings in some senses. But there's a lot of meaning behind what will happen during Ragnarok. And basically what happens in Ragnarok, as far as mythology goes, Norse mythology goes, is that Surt, the god, the fire giant, who is basically guards Muspelheim, the fire realm of perfect light and perfect heat, guards that and rules over it. He will charge across the rainbow bridge, guarded by Heimdall, the watcher of this rainbow bridge that leads into Asgard, into the realm of the gods, the high gods of consciousness. And basically the giants are these primordial forces that have a different reign over consciousness. They have a more foundational reign of consciousness, whereas the beings that are gods that exist in Asgard have a more uplifting and enlightening aspect of consciousness that constantly moves up. And Surt will charge across the bridge. Loki will as well. And Loki is blood brother to Odin, blood sworn anyway, blood oath. And he will, eventually Loki and Heimdall will slay each other. Heimdall, the guard of the rainbow bridge, and Loki will slay each other. Odin will fight Fenrir, this giant wolf. This is all symbolic once again, this giant wolf Fenrir. And he will be eaten by Fenrir. And we'll go ahead and go to Surt. Surt will be killed by Freyr, but not before killing Freyr in return. They will destroy each other. And Thor, god of strength, god of lightning, god of thunder, he will fight Jörmungandr, the world serpent, which encompasses the world, this dimension, this universe, symbolic once again. And he's basically understood as the serpent of time. Thor will fight Jörmungandr. And Thor will slay Jörmungandr, but not before the poison of Jörmungandr, the serpent of time, spits onto Thor. And Thor walks back 9 steps and falls and dies. And what ends up happening is that basically all the opposing forces of order and of chaos, of the attractors of harmony, the maintainers of harmony, and those who want to destroy or make something new that they envision, both will destroy each other. And Hela, for instance, which is Fenrir, Hela, and Jörmungandr are all Loki's children, which is interesting because Loki and Heimdall eventually kill each other. But Hela, Jörmungandr, and Fenrir are Loki's children, and those are the ones that end up really turning the tide in the forces of chaos. And Loki is blood brother of Odin by oath. So this is all symbolic, but very interesting when you think about it. Now, when we look at what's going to happen after every Ragnarok, because every so often, not very often, but it happens again and again, is Ragnarok is the ending of a cycle. Now, there's a beginning of a cycle and an ending of a cycle in Norse mythology and Asgard. We have the necessary elements for a beginning. The giants and the gods always engage in a way and maintain consistent back and forth power struggles in a way that makes a Midgard, that makes this dimension. The realm that I know of that isn't inhibited by the cycles is the realm of the Light Elves. Now, the realm of the Light Elves is not destroyed in Ragnarok. That is a much higher realm. And the denizens of not every other realm, but most other realms meet at Midgard to basically duke it out. We might not be able to see it with our eyes, but it will happen and have effects here to the extent that everything will be destroyed. Now, like I was talking about as far as after Ragnarok ends, Ragnarok is not the end of everything. Ragnarok is the end of this cycle, like I said. And Odin, the next cycle that will come after our cycle, however many millions of years or billions of years it takes, maybe even trillions of years it takes for this universe to really end before it's replenished, according to Asgard, according to Northern European ancestral religion, that is Asgard being Reconstructionist. But anyway, Baldur, Odin's son, that was slain but is not quite gone, will be one of the gods that takes over after Ragnarok. His name is Baldur. And there are a few other gods that will also take over after Ragnarok to replace the gods that are destroyed, because Odin isn't coming back. There will be a new Odin. There will be a new Thor, and they won't be called Odin and Thor, but there will be an equivalency for every god and every giant, and they won't be called by the names that they're called now, but there will be the same balance introduced in the new cycle. And there will be, and this is symbolic, this is a combination of men and women's souls, not just individual. There will be a new race of survivors, and these survivors into the next cycle will be one man and one woman, collections of souls, so that sentient life that isn't godlike in essence until we reach that point will repopulate this new universe, this new tree of Yggdrasil, along with the new giants, the new gods. And this process will continue, and it will continue and continue until we reach an undetermined outcome. And this undetermined outcome is very similar to a lot of Hindu ideas of replenishment, remaking of the universe and all the universes and the different dimensions. And Asatru and Hinduism have a lot in common. Hinduism and Asatru are, seems like sister or brother religions, definitely connected in some way. But Ragnarok is something that we also encounter in everyday life. It has to do with what ends for us every day and what begins for us every day. We choose to create our own heavens, our own hells. We choose our position along Yggdrasil, the world tree, and we choose what kind of people, what kind of gods we embrace, and what kind of giants we fight. And sometimes it's completely reversed, but there is choice. And every day there's a new Ragnarok for every single person on the planet Earth. We just have to track it, we have to understand it, and we have to see where we're going after every day's Ragnarok. But thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, this has been kind of a rant. But if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button down there, that thumbs up. And feel free to engage me in the comments section. I'll answer it as long as you're respectful. And I hope to talk to you more in the future about things like this, because I contemplate things like this quite a bit. Endings and beginnings. Magic. Religion. Spirituality. But thank you very much. And y'all have a great day.